Shipping containers are not only repurposed and modified to create beautiful homes, but also for amazing and innovative commercial projects. In this special episode, we're going to show you some creative, innovative commercial container builds. We'll take you from Missouri to Colorado and all the way across the globe to the Seychelles Islands, where we filmed a container pastry cafe, and then we'll venture back to Colorado and show you one of the most beautifully designed container builds that we've ever seen. And then we'll give you exclusive access to a customized rescue training container, and you'll get to see it in action. You won't want to miss this episode.
There are over 140 million shipping containers in the world. The vast majority of these remain idle and unused. Jim Russell, working with a network of specialty builders, is on a mission to change this, one container at a time.
I love it! This has been awesome.
Together, they repurpose, upcycle, and give these incredibly strong building blocks a second life. They are container masters.
Shipping containers are not only repurposed and modified to create beautiful homes, but they're also used to create amazing and innovative commercial projects. In this special episode, we're going to show you some creative, innovative commercial container build projects. Our first stop is in Missouri, where we'll show you a commercial container build for a national moped rental business. These are some of the most beautifully designed mopeds that you'll ever see, and they're using commercial containers set up in high-traffic tourist areas to rent mopeds. The container features a hydraulic side that folds down, allowing for full access to the container, which showcases these magnificent mopeds that are available for rent directly from the container retail store. Once the hydraulic door is open, the mopeds are on full display and ready for rental, and the folded side doubles as an easy access ramp, allowing for the mopeds to be moved easily in and out of the container storefront. The customized moped container has storage cabinets along the back wall, a shelf that runs along the entire back wall, lights on the ceiling, electric outlets, and a man door for easy access to the container without the need to lower the hydraulic side. At the end of the day, after the mopeds have been returned, the large side of the container is hydraulically closed, keeping the mopeds safe and secure from theft and weather. The rental agent can then exit the man door and lock up for the night. These customized 20-foot containers are easily movable from location to location and are safe and secure. These are also ideal for seasonal type retail.
Next, we head to Colorado to visit an innovative container modification company making some amazing container builds.
We're at RoxBox Containers today, and these guys are doing some really interesting and cool projects. Anthony, I've been inside here earlier. You guys are doing the coolest shipping container restaurants. I mean, these are state-of-the-art. Your engineering that's involved, your fabrication, what you've done inside, man, it's amazing. Tell me about it.
Thank you. Yes, yeah. So our restaurants are definitely something that we're jumping into with both feet right now. We're seeing a lot of restaurants that need an alternative kitchen, or they're doing renovations. There's no closing signs, there's no construction ongoing, and you have the full-fledged restaurant still running, and then we just drop off a new addition to it, basically in the back or wherever you need it.
And with what Anthony and his crew are doing, we're going to see these boxes, these restaurant in a box, all across America. I am inside the kitchen that Anthony and his company RoxBox Containers is building, and we've got two large bay windows. We've got the electrical in.
These windows here, they're 9 foot wide by 4.5 feet tall, and they'll have big awnings that flow up, and the awnings are made out of container sheet metal themselves with a cedar backing for a nice artistic, rustic look there. And then we used all these steel, the 2x4 steel framing for the windows so that we have enough depth to land the window, and then the two bar tops together so that there's no threshold on those windows, and we can slide the trays right out on the bar tops.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this. I can't wait to see the finished product on this.
Definitely.
So I've been working on containers for 11 years now. Everything from fire training structures to tiny houses, restaurants, just everything and anything shipping container related. I've been doing it since it wasn't cool. This is for a company Go Farm to do vegetation. This is a refrigerated unit. This is what we got going on here. This is fully insulated. It stays nice and cold in here, keeps all the vegetation nice and fresh. I did a reclaimed wall on it. This is a fully insulated refrigerator style door, so it's not like your regular patio door. So they're actually doing almost like a veggie cartoon theme throughout the side. We got a Colorado local artist.
So this container is for a nonprofit farmers market called Go Farm, and this specific container is to help kids learn how to farm. So I made it kind of like a kid-friendly theme. I have a bunch of vegetables, doing fun little activities, and they're all playful and happy. So since we're in Colorado, I have a Colorado theme with the mountains in the background and then the foothills cutting along. And then there's a river. I added a lot of bright colors that would also be really appealing for kids and adults as well. It really pops out and looks really nice.
Container Masters here at RoxBox Containers. Check this out. It's a portable bar. We've got 3 different sides that open up completely, serving shelves. This thing is a rental unit. You can rent this out for parties, for events, for functions. This holds 40 kegs of beer.
The heartbeat of the whole thing. So we got our tap system that comes in through here, and everything's insulated, floor's insulated. Just keeps a lot of kegs very cold. I'm not a tap guy, but I jumped aboard and built this one from scratch, and I think it turned out pretty good. New customer wants double tap, so fortunately I got to redo it. But kind of proud of this one for my first tap.
Amazing! This is one of a million different things you can do with shipping containers. And we've got a lot more for you today. Check it out. I'm Jim Russell with Container Masters, and I have something special for you today. There's 115 plus islands called the Seychelles. I'm on one of those islands named Mahi. The reason we're here is we've got a 20-foot modified shipping container turned into a pastry delight. They have their own French chef. He comes in and creates all these masterpieces. But the reason we're here again is to look at this modified 20-foot container. They've got the long end that opens completely up. They've got a man door in the back. They've got another opening on the other side. And look at these amazing display cases they put in here. So if you take a look at this door, it's held up by a couple of these springs here that will automatically push it up. And then they've got this very large rebar as a safety precaution to keep it from coming down. It's very secure. I like this design. I like the way it was designed. This whole door folds down, both sides lock. So once this thing's buttoned up and locked up, really no one's getting into it. You'd have to try awful hard to get in here. What I love about this container is this entire end cap of the container, the end of the container, the full end, opens up completely. Okay, so why? What's the benefit of that? The benefit is they can get these giant display cases in and out that way. But not only that, it allows for airflow. We're in the country of the Seychelles. It can get warm here, it can get hot and humid. This allows for airflow throughout the entire container. It also adds another awning for rain. I'm walking inside the 20-foot pastry container right now, very roomy in here. It's very well done. And then what I really love about this is these display cases are amazing. They have the curved glass front on them. There's one here, one on the other side, and then you've got your serving counter right here in the middle. So Danny and Ashley can grab the pastries, put them in the little bag, set them right here, accept the money, and run the whole show from here. And here's what's cool, look at this. They're using the back wall and using some neon markers to put some of their pricing up there. So not only are the walls and the ceiling beautifully finished, they look really nice, they have lights in there, but they're also hygienic. You can bleach scrub it, you can wipe it down. It makes it very, very easy to clean. She does a first-rate job here. And by the way, the pastries are to die for. This is ideal for serving pastries at a location like this. This thing can be moved anywhere, and it shows you the many uses of a shipping container. If you're in the Seychelles and you happen to wander upon moped, this is the best money you'll spend right here. Actually, Danny, I'm gonna take your #1 bestseller. What's the name of that? Milfy? Okay, I'll have one of those. Looks delicious, and I'm also gonna have this one over here with the chocolate on top. Black Forest. Awesome, all right. Well, that looks amazing. I know your mouth is watering at home. Mine's watering right now. Only difference is I actually get to eat these and you don't. I'm gonna eat part of it. My cameraman earned this, did a great job, but we're here at Le Boucherie. And by the way, this stuff, I had some of this yesterday. I had to come back again. Let me tell you what, this. Heavenly, heavenly, if only cameras could taste. This is wonderful.
Next, we head to Colorado to visit an innovative container modification company making some amazing container builds.
Right now we're walking into El Dorado climbing walls. This is a project that we completed at the beginning of 2019, and we were in coordination with Apex Construction as well. They did most of the finish work and we handled all the container work that happened inside.
I'm inside El Dorado Climbing, brought to you by RoxBox Containers. This place is amazing. There's 7 containers involved in this build, and they look phenomenal. We're gonna take a tour today, and you won't believe what you're gonna see. Take a look at this 20-foot high cube. Look at the glass work on here. These giant sliding doors and the other window in here. This is a separate little office, one of many that are in here. To get a glass door this big inside a container, RoxBox reinforced everything, reinforced the openings, cut these out, the window as well. This place is phenomenal. Anthony, we're on the first floor of El Dorado Climbing. And right now, within my eyesight, I believe I see at least 3 20-foot container high cubes, am I right?
That's correct, yes. We utilize the containers very well in this space, and it offers the ability to have multiple different styles of offices. In this office behind us, we have 2 employees will be able to sit in there very comfortably, as well as they have some other chairs for meetings and things, so you can fit about 5 or 6 people comfortably for any meetings in there. And the offices over here are singles, and those are for the executives and the project design and those types of teams. So right now I'm standing in the conference room that we built for El Dorado. This unit specifically is 2 connection pieces of a 40-foot high cube. We cut the 40-foot high cube in half to create a 20-foot section, and then pulled the middle walls out as well. And we're able to connect the two roof lines here and create a very, very nice conference room with a lot of space in here.
This is one of my favorite projects. It's one of the bigger ones that we've done. Super fun. Smile every time I walk in here. It feels really good. This is actually barnwood.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is actually reclaimed barnwood. It's not like the fence stuff that I use a lot of. This is way more expensive. Turned out real cool.
The way you all utilize the containers, the high cubes, the way they're stacked, just the entire layout, the stairs going up the middle and your catwalk in between, the utilization of glass, sliding doors. This office is so much more open feeling than if these containers were just closed in. It's amazing how much space is in a 20-foot container.
It truly is, yeah. Especially when you open it up like that and you have all the light coming in with this type of window system as well.
Coming up next on Container Masters, we'll give you exclusive access to a customized rescue training container, and you'll get to see it in action.
So what can you do with a container? You can create a fire simulation center. What they're doing is they're simulating a rescue situation, as we've got a team of fire experts that are going inside a container that was created by RoxBox Container and Modifications. The whole inside of the container is pitch black. Typically in a fire situation, there's a lot of smoke. It's dark. So these guys are simulating going inside a dark environment, and they've got to find the victim in the darkness and get the victim out and bring the victim back up through the top. They use standard size dummies, and they also practice with humans as well.
So the biggest thing with this scenario is that we're doing our first rescues that are going to be horizontal and vertical. But they're going to come down with a roll-up stretcher. Then they have to rescue, respond, package a casualty, and then bring the casualty horizontally and then raise them up vertically to the top. This is our first goal. And then on the other side. 2 foot, 1 foot. That's good. Ralph's coming up right now. You've got Ralph.
Today we're at Senrex, which is a local confined space training company owned by George Rex. And so they take and they train all sorts of individuals and companies and organizations on confined space training throughout Denver and the local area. Right behind me is a 20-foot high cube container. We actually created this from a 40-foot high cube. We cut it in half and built out the structural wall in the back here. With this container, there's multiple entrances for different types of training. We have a tube entrance in the back where they crawl through a 36-inch tube. In the front is the normal cargo doors as another entrance. Up above, we have a industrial-grade rooftop deck with removable railings for transport, along with a ladder on the side of the box that will remain on the container during transport. On the internal here, we have a black painted room so that it creates as much darkness as possible for their confined space training. In the rear of the container, there is a tube that they have to crawl through or take a cadaver through so as to actually simulate moving a body through a small opening in the outside of the container. So right here we have a custom built ladder that we've custom fabricated for George, and on it we've added these tread plates to it. In most applications, industrial applications, you'll have steps that are graded or have this same expanded metal on there, and so this just adds to the safety of the box and the actual realism of training. On the rooftop deck, we also have a roof hatch as well. What that hatch is meant to do is to simulate an opening in the ground so that they're able to go down into a tank or some other pipe system so that they simulate actually dropping down into a dark hole and retrieve a cadaver body. So right behind me we have the hatch, the exit hatch for the internal space here. Beyond this hatch is a 36-inch tube that we rolled steel with to create a functioning pipe system so that they can bring a cadaver through this hatch door so as to simulate a pipe exit. This door is weatherproof for transport as well, so we have weather stripping all around it, and it also locks so as not to open on the road when it's getting moved around to different training events. So right behind me we've got all the netting. Obviously with all sorts of different rescue scenarios, there's multiple things that can happen. And so he's added these so that when they get dropped down from the rooftop hatch here, they've got to maneuver around here in the dark to find their pathway while they've got lights and noise and things flashing in front of them. So right here is this tunnel. It's also got netting on it so as to create more resistance for both the rescuer and the cadaver as it's going through. Obviously you can see me hit my head on all this stuff, and so it's definitely not easy if it's dark in here to actually see where you're going. And so it really mimics a scenario that's difficult for a rescuer.
Right here, Container Masters brings you fire simulation, 20-foot container. So this is another incredible example of what you can do with a container. Imagine life without innovation. It would be pretty dull and primitive. With 11 million shipping containers in the world, there's plenty of room for innovation. What would you build out of a shipping container? If you're working on an innovative container build, please let us know, and we might feature you on Container Masters.
This goes here, right?